What do you think of my new glasses? I thought they looked kind of cute. What do you think? Let me know in the comments. Okay, we're going to keep rolling with these 3 myths. I think I mentioned to you that we found 38. We are on number 4, 5, and 6. I'm sure you've heard this before. Why can't white people say the N word? Okay, we're going to get into this. In the meantime, please like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you can receive all of our myths that we've come up with. All right, let's break this down. Welcome back to Political Critical Thinking, where we're trying to look at things a little bit different, answer questions. My goal is to be able to take these talking points and just calmly educate people when the time comes. This is the first one. Why can't white people say the N word? Okay, this usually comes down to white people acting like they're being excluded from something. And really what it is them not acknowledging or understanding history. The reality check, the N word is not just a word. It's a weapon of oppression. It's a weapon of violence and dehumanization. And it was created and wielded by white people to justify slavery, lynching, and segregation. So when it comes out of a white person's mouth, what it carries, the history and the violence and the oppression, is powerful. This is the question I would ask to somebody who says that. Why do you even want to say that word? What itch are you trying to scratch? So the second racist myth is that DEI does not benefit anybody. Just hire the best person. It sounds very neutral, right? But beneath it is the assumption that white men are naturally the best candidates. Here's the thing, DEI does not lower the bar. If people really cared about hiring the best person, then they would be angry at the nepotism, at the cronyism, at the broism, not diversity. The best person for the job is already tilted. A white man with resources may check the same boxes, but he didn't have to fight through a wall of systemic barriers to get to where he is today. Meanwhile, a black woman, a single mom, disabled person, or anyone othered in MAGA's world or by society often has to navigate obstacles before they even reach the starting line. Bias, lack of generational wealth, discrimination, caregiving responsibilities, limited access to networks. So I would argue that when someone succeeds, despite all those barriers, they're not actually just qualified, they're overqualified. They've already proven resilience, problem solving, adaptability, and persistence in ways that their privileged counterparts never had to deal with. And that, my friends, is what makes the meritocracy argument so hollow. So if you've stayed with us so far, please like and subscribe and share this. We're really trying to build a community of conversation. So tell us what you think in the comments. Slavery happened a long time ago, or my family didn't own slaves. Okay, so this is the thing. People want to pretend that slavery was this isolated moment in history and that it ended in 1865. The Confederate didn't say, oops, my bad. They went home, pissed off, and built Jim Crow. They built the KKK. They built redlining and voter suppression. That's why the ripple effect still shapes this country today. So no, we can't just get over it because it's not over. So the system, it stopped chaining people to crops and instead chained them to mass incarceration, keeping prisons full through over-policing and through bias sentencing. The war on drugs, criminalizing communities instead of helping them. Reproductive control, keeping women, especially women of color, poor, pregnant, and on welfare. Instead of building schools, America has built a for-profit prison system that makes money off of keeping people incarcerated. Healthcare gaps, limited access to quality healthcare, which is only going to get worse for everybody, leading to worse outcomes and shorter lifespans. And then, of course, the education inequality. So schools are underfunded by zip codes. And here's what's important, and this is for white people, because I say this a lot in my videos, but you need to understand that because this target is widening. What I tell people, if you just can't give a shit about your Black brothers and sisters and your immigrant brothers and sisters or the world, if you just can't understand that we are all connected, then do it for self-preservation, because that system is coming for all of the white people too. They target marginalized communities first, and when they see that it works, They come after everyone else. People say, well, I'm not accountable. I wasn't there. But we're all accountable. We're accountable to remember. We're accountable to be sensitive, and we're accountable to teach the next generation. I hope you guys got something out of the 3 racist myths, and we will see you again in our next video, 3 more racist myths. Again, please like and subscribe, and we will see you in the next one. Have a good one. Bye.